Hey folks, hope you're doing well today. The next item on my agenda for the 1988 KLR 250 rebuild is to service these forks here. Now I have a few things that I need to deal with these forks that might be troublesome. I don't know. I don't know if I need to do a full service on these forks or just do a fluid change. I'm thinking right now do a fluid change, and the reason behind that, I'll show you here real quick, is this bottom bolt here, which would allow me to take out the dampening rod. I'm pretty sure that's been in there since probably 1987, 1988. I tried to crack it loose. I've had it soaking in PB Blaster for a little bit now, and she won't budge. And I'm thinking if I try and mess with that too much, I'm going to damage the forks. And sourcing these out, getting new forks, whatever, is probably dang near impossible. So I'm thinking of just doing a fluid change, getting new fork seals, or replacing the fork seals, and going from there. Now the fluid change is pretty easy. I'm just going to drain it. It does have. I'm going to drain out the top, get the majority of the fluid out, and then get this bottom. This is a drain plug right here on the bottom of the fork, which I can just get the remainder out. I believe, I hope, cross my fingers. This does have a seal behind it, this little screw here, which I need to order, so that'll be a few days. The fork seals, I already have those here, and I can blow those out. Normally, if you wanted to get the fork seals out, I guess the traditional method is to get this bottom bolt out, and then you kind of slide hammer your dampening rod and it pulls out the fork seal. But with these forks, this has a Schrader valve on top here, as you can see, so I can drain the fluid out and put the top cap back on, and then use air pressure to blow these fork seals out. So I'm going to do that. Another thing I might have issues with, not issues really, but it's more cosmetic and partial protection. These are my old fork boots. As you can see, they're toast, and I don't know if I can source these. I think I did find some on the internet, but they're like $90 for fork boots, which I don't really want to do. I did try another site that had something that I believe will fit, but their payment system was all screwed up. So I tried like 4 times to, put your credit card in, put your CCV number in. Oh, no, you made a mistake. It's like, no, I didn't. So that was a pain in the butt. I do have these fork boots here from Polystar. They're kind of universal. They do kind of fit. They fit the bottom, but the top, the bottom fits, but the top, as you can see, there's a lot of space there. So I don't know what to do about that. And the color's kind of weird, as you can see. Maybe you can't see, I don't know. I do have these TW200 fork boots. What the heck was that? Oh, get back there. These might fit, sort of, kind of, but they aren't nearly long enough, and I would just have to have them. I'm thinking having them squished all the way down. I don't know, maybe that looks stupid, goofy. I'm not sure. I do have my clamps on here, so I could always just clamp there. They do need to reach up to about here, which with these is not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. That's about the extent of their relaxed. They don't fit all the way down either. So I don't know. I don't know. These are only designed to protect the fork seals, so I'm not sure what to do about that. Anyways, let's move on with getting the fork oil drained out, and then we will blow the seals out, the dust seals and the fork seals. Yeah, and I need to read this here. There's a little sticker on here. I might read that too, read that off. But let's move on from there, and we'll get her done. All right. All righty, let's get these fork caps off. I had loosened them before I took them out of the triple, so I know they're coming off. This takes a 19 millimeter. Let's see what this fluid looks like. I don't know. Oh, there we go. I'm going to take the cap off and the spacer. washer, spring. I'm just going to put the spring in this little container down here. Ooh, that fluid looks really, really black. Black and dark. And it is. Oh, crapola. Stay. Sorry about that. Oh. Okay. Let's drain this out. Oh, that's dark, dark, dark. Let's give her a few pumps. I don't know that I really need to drain from the bottom, but I'm going to do it anyways. Since I have these new seals on order for this little screw right there. Oopsie. Pay attention, frostbite, you're dripping all over the floor. And I'm going to let that drain for just a second. Okay, for now, I'm just gonna set this up and drain this one. Let's get that in a safe place. Again, the fork cap. And I'll have to inspect these O-rings here. Okay. Fork cap. Spacer. Washer, spring. I'll try not to dump this all over the place like I did before. Strategically place them in my little bucket there. And I'm not a lot of fluid in there. Oh, good, Vance. Oh, good, frostbite. You just drained it all over on the floor. That's black as black can be. Okay, I'm going to let these drain out and then we'll get back and then put the fork caps back on and blow these seals out. Yeesh. Okay, I think I have everything ready for getting these fork seals off. I did put some rags with a zip tie on here to kind of catch it if it comes out. Hopefully, cross your fingers. I was also thinking too, I might just apply not a lot of air pressure, but some, and just to see if these drain bolts down here leak. So I may not have to replace those seals. I haven't ordered them yet. I've got them in my cart, but that would be one way to know if they leak or not, right? So let's get busy here. My compressor might go off. I hope not. We'll see. I don't know how much pressure this is going to take. And I need to get out of the line of fire here. I do have my clips off already. So that's good. Is that going to go on there? Yep. Okay, let's give her some air. Oh, yeah, I guess extend the forks. What we got there? 30 pounds. I better get this back on here. 40. I might have to apply a little heat. I don't know. 60. I don't hear anything. Let's put a little, see if that's leaking or not. I don't see any bubbles. I might have to put a little heat on there. Let's try that. I've got my, where is my propane bottle? Where did I put it? I can hear it. There it is. Let's put a little heat on here. Maybe I should put a little more pressure in there. What am I at? 70. That is 85. That's getting a little scary. Let's put a little heat on there and see what that does. And I'm going to have to move my rag, otherwise I'm going to have a fire. Come on, baby. Apply a little more air. Does it? 90. Yeah, it's getting a little scary. I did take that clip out, right? Right, Frostbite? You took the clip out? Yes? Yes, you did. I see it moving. There she goes. Okay, there it goes. There's one. There is one. Oh, that was just the dust seal. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, now we're off. All right, let's move on to the next one. Probably going to be the same thing. I'm going to let that cool off a hair. Maybe this one will come off easier. Let me make sure I have that clip off. Yes, I do. Extend the fork. Doesn't want to. It's got a vacuum in there, so I'm going to have to... There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see where we're at. 20, 30, 40, 60, 75, 80, 85, 90. Okay, I think we're gonna have to get some more heat on there. Let's get some heat. Oh, already lit. Okay. Suppose we can see if this one is leaking or not. Doesn't appear to be. All right, let's put some heat on here. There she goes. All righty. We're gonna have to add a little more air to get the rest of that out. And get this dust seal out. Doesn't want to come out. Put this on there. This is really just leaking past there, isn't it? Turn that off. There we go. There's the dust seal. There we go. All right, there's two. I'm gonna let that cool off a bit. I should be able to clean this off a bit. Might be able to wash things out a hair. I cannot put the new fork seals in because the driver I have is too small. So we'll have to return in a few minutes. I got to go get some PVC pipe and cut her down. So, but at least we got this done. So, all right. Okay, folks, I'm about ready to finish these forks up. I'm going to install the fork seals, the fork dust seals. I did get my driver, which is nothing but an 1.5 inch piece of PVC from Menards. And yes, I did save big money. It's 15 inches long, which would be plenty long for this application. And also I did have to taper down the end a little bit because the size, the diameter on this is just about matches the diameter on this. It's almost size on size, so it can get stuck. One thing I did want to say, a couple things I wanted to say before I continue on. As far as the history of these forks, obviously the fork oil was horribly dirty. And I could not really find any identifying marks on the old seals. Given the age and the mileage, and they weren't leaking, I'm assuming that these were replaced. I don't know. I really don't know. But regardless, I have new fork seals. I did also want to say part of what came out when I blew the forks out was this, I think they call it a brush or a collar. This is Teflon coated inside. And as you can see, if that'll show up on camera, that looks dang near perfect. So I need to put these back in. And we'll just start with that. That's the first thing I have to do before I put in the seal. So this is going to go on first, and I have to kind of press it in a little bit with my, come here, let go. I got to kind of press it in a little bit, and this will take a minute. I'll fast forward through it. There we go. Okay, that's in, and on top of that goes this washer. So we'll put that on. Fork seals, I already have these oiled up a little bit, kind of doused them in oil. I'm going to do both kind of at the same time. I did sand this down a little bit. There was a sharp edge on there. So I just want to be careful, careful, careful. Don't want to rip them. There we go. Put that on. Let's get that started. That went on nice. The next one. There we go. I need to drive those home. Those actually fit kind of loose, I kind of felt like. Gotta tap them in. Tell by the pitch change when I hammer that they're home. You hear that? Went from hollow to thunk, thunk, thunk. Now we can get the dust seals on. I should put a little oil on these too. Let me dip my finger in the oil. Oh, that's full. Ooh. Dip my finger in there. Get that a little bit oiled up. These I can just press in with my fingers. There we go. Press these in. I think I'll just give those a little love tap. There we go. As long as these collars go on. Not collars, spring clips. So if you want a driver, this is a cheap way to go. I got a 4-foot chunk for, oh, I think it was like $5, something like that. I better put this cap on before I spill. So we got that done. Fork seals are in. I need a rag. My hands are all grimy. Nah, I don't need a rag. Forget it. These spring clips, also in regards to the age of the forks, these spring clips look really, really nice, which surprises me considering the age, the condition of the old fork boots. That really surprises me. So these might have been worked on. I don't know. But let's get these in here. I got to get them in a groove. I like to start with the opening first, kind of get that in, and then kind of push it around, get my little, there we go, that's in, that's in, that's in. Let's work on this one next. Going relatively easy. Now you're supposed to replace these every time, but quite honestly, these are in good condition and I don't see the reason to do that. Okay, now I need to fill it with fork oil. I need a rag. There's a rag. Oh, here's my rags right here. I need to fill it with fork oil with the forks empty. And going by the manual, I have a manual here. It's not the Kawasaki official manual, but it is a manual. It says here, fill a fork tube with specified type and quantity of fork oil. I'm using 10 weight. Fork oil capacity 312 to 320 milliliters. But I don't really have a measuring thing, so I will show you what I'm going to do. Pump the fork slowly through its stroke several times to release any trapped air. Compress the fork fully and measure the fork oil level from the top of the fork tube. You can use a fork oil level gauge to precisely set your oil level. Remove any excess oil with a syringe or add oil as needed. So fork oil level 200 millimeters plus or minus 2 millimeters, or 7.87 inches plus or minus 0.8 of an inch fully extended. So and what I've got here, I've done a few forks, so I have one of these gauges here I think I got it from Rocky Mountain. I've got it set to 200 milliliters. There is a graduation on here. So we're going to do that. But first, I'm just going to kind of fill these up, like not much, a little bit, and pump some oil through the fork. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate now. You can hear it gurgling. Uh-oh. Did I fill that all the way up? No. I made a mess. I don't want to lose my marks here either. I'll explain these marks in a minute. Deals with fork boots. So let's get these pumping a little bit. Get that fluid moving in there. Get it all the way at the bottom. Just do it a few times. Let that settle. Get this one done now. Oh, I was going to say too, I have 2 milk crates and a piece of plywood on here because this is a KLR. So I thought it was important to incorporate a milk crate into this project. Right? Boy, that one just keeps... I must not have a lot of fluid in there, because this one's not slurping like that one. Let's put a little more fluid in here, see if that goes away. I don't know. Oh yeah, that helped. Didn't have enough fluid in there. Now we do. Okay. Now, to keep these forks fully extended, I've got, I'm going to incorporate these here, these little spring clamps. Get that fully extended. Put that spring clamp on there. That should hold the inner fork tube from falling down. I'm going to take a little peek in here. I can't see anything. See where my fluid level is. It's way down there. So I'm not even close. I think, ooh, that's way too much. Well, that's good though. That'll work. That's way too much. Now I'll show you how this works. This is kind of cool. So now I can simply stick this in here and I can suck that extra fluid out. Come on, baby. There it goes. I really filled her up. And I'll just put it right back in the container. This is a nice tool to have. I think, I don't know, they're, I don't know, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, I'm not even sure, but well worth the money in my opinion. Getting a bunch of air bubbles in there. Does pull really hard. Really hard. I'll try not to fill it up, the other one up so much. There we go. So that's going to be our level should be correct there. Okay, I'm going to add the spring. These springs, they aren't progressive springs, they're just a normal rate spring that they're wound the same up or down. I'm going to drop that in there easily. I'm going to go ahead and put this washer on top here. And assume that's going to stay in the right position. I think I can just drop this now. Carefully, watch the fluid level. Yep, okay, we're good there. Hold this up with my spring clamp again. Put my spacer in. So, and put my top cap on. I did inspect this O-ring. It looks like brand new, so another sign that these forks might have been serviced at some point. Get my wrench. Good enough. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Same deal. Extend it all the way. Put my spring clamp on. Get this out. Turn my flashlight off. I'm going to watch the level this time. I'm sure I don't go too far. All right. I do have a partial bottle over here I want to burn up. This is also 10 weight. I'd show you this, but it's just too hard to see. I'll call it good right there. Let's see how good my eyes are. See if 200 millimeters I got close. My little tool, stick it in there. Ugh. It's pulling some fluid out. Come on, baby. But pulls hard. Oh. Guess my eyes aren't as good as I thought. Not a lot. That was what, 50 milliliters. That doesn't help. Stay. Uh-oh, my spring clip just sprung. Dang it. Works better with a full bottle. All right, let's pull this out. Okay, there we go. That's the end. Okay, get that out. Where's that cap? I don't want to dump this all over. Where did I put that cap? Oh, I'll have to find it later. Okay, spring, washer. Both ends are about the same. I'm going to drop this down a bit. Watch my fluid level. Drop the spring in. There we go. Drop that spacer on there, that washer. Pull this up. Off that spacer in there. Hit my cap. Hit my wrench. Okay, so those are now fully assembled. I'd really, really, really like to find, oh, there it is. There's that cap right there. I don't want to be dumping that. A couple things I wanted to talk about before we go, before I finish this up. Fork boots. Basically from the top of the fork here, that is where my bottom triple would be. And doing some calculations, or not calculations, but just simply, how would you call it? When I didn't have oil in the forks, I fully let the fork all the way down, like it was bottoming out. That's where it hit. So basically, if I have my fork boot here and it only compresses so much, I'm going to have that much distance where I might lose travel. This is going to just get mashed all the heck. So I'm not sure what to do about that. I have not been able to source fork boots yet, except for these. And a solution I think I came up with for these, because the bottom fits fine, is I'm going to take this aluminum tube, which just by itself is an almost perfect fit on this ID here. So I'm going to bore these out so it fits over this fork tube, and slit it so that I can just clamp it right on there inside here. So it'll only be like yay long or so, not very long. I think that'll work. I think. But we'll try that out. We'll see how that goes. I think that'll work just fine until I can find some fork boots, if they even exist. But anyways, I think that's all I've got for you. I'm not going to install the forks because I need to make this spacer. I want to get the fork boots on and test everything out. So I will not show the install on the bike. That'll be sometime down the road. But I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found this informative. If you have any questions or comments or ideas, let me know. I'm still not sure that I did everything right, but I did my best. The forks are serviced now. They've got fresh fluid in them. That's better than nothing, right? So thanks for watching. We will see you soon, very soon, as I'm going to be working on the TW200 as well. I got some stuff for that bike too. Some exciting stuff you've never seen in your life. All right, let's get out of here. Adios, good night, good day. See you later. Frostbite out.